everyone, and welcome back to the 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. I'm Emily.
And I'm Lisa.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. We are halfway through the week. How's your energy holding up, Emily? It is February 11th, 2026. There is something about the middle of the week that makes you want to look at where we have come from and where we are going.
That is deep for a Wednesday morning. I am still just trying to decide which vibe I want for my second cup of coffee.
Well, our talk today might help you decide. We actually have a common theme that fits that introspective mood.
Oh, a theme? I love it when there's a hidden connection in the news. What's the big idea? It's about what we leave behind and what stays with us.
It's very human.
I'm intrigued. I'm ready. What are we diving into first?
First, a bit of a bittersweet story from the world of drinks. Coca-Cola is retiring a very famous product line with 80 years of history.
80 years? That's a lifetime. Is it something I know? I'll be so sad if it's my favorite soda.
We'll see. Next, a return to roots for a movie legend. Luc Besson's new Dracula is getting some rave reviews. Luc Besson, the guy who did The Fifth Element? Okay, I'm in. A gothic vampire story from him must be a visual feast. Definitely. And finally, a tiny piece of history that sold for a giant amount of money. A small sketch by Michelangelo that broke auction records. A sketch? Like a doodle? How much value can a doodle have in 2026? You'd be surprised, Lisa. It's enough to buy a mansion. And that brings us to our keyword quiz.
Yes, I need a keyword to keep my brain moving. What's the word?
Today's keyword is legacy.
Legacy, like how you're remembered after you're gone.
Exactly. It can refer to a person's reputation, a work of art, or even a brand's history. That is a very elegant word. I'll be listening for where it shows up in today's stories. Good, because it's at the heart of every story today. Challenge accepted. Let's start with that 80-year-old drink. Tell me if I need to stock up before it's gone. Well, the news that has people feeling nostalgic is that Coca-Cola is retiring some of the most traditional Minute Maid juice lines. Wait, Minute Maid? The orange juice? Everyone knows Minute Maid. My mom used to put those little juice boxes in my lunch every day. Exactly. It's a massive legacy. 80 years of being a household staple. But the company is shifting focus to more modern health trends. Modern health trends? Is orange juice not healthy anymore? I thought it was full of vitamin C. It is, but consumers today are very sensitive about sugar. Plus, the market for shelf-stable juices isn't as big as it used to be. I get it, but it still feels like the end of an era. 80 years of history. Just gone? Not the whole brand, but specific classic versions and packaging that have been the standard since the 1940s. They are streamlining the portfolio. Streamlining. That's the word companies use when they mean getting rid of the old stuff, right? In a way, yes. It's about efficiency. But it's also how a company survives. You can't just rely on your legacy. You have to adapt to what people want now. But what about the nostalgia? I see people on social media actually getting upset about this. That is the power of a legacy brand. When something has been in people's fridges for generations, it becomes more than just a product. It's a memory.
It really is. I can almost taste that specific Minute Maid sweetness just thinking about it. Do you think they'll bring it back as a limited edition later?
Probably. Companies love using nostalgia bait to drive sales. Original 1945 flavor back for 1 month only. I would totally fall for that. I'd be the first in line. I'm sure you would be. But it's interesting to see how even a giant like Coca-Cola has to make these tough decisions. It's a reminder that nothing lasts forever, even if it feels like a part of the world. True, but some things are so iconic that they keep coming back in new ways, which leads us to our next topic.
Let me guess. The famous vampire who refuses to stay dead?
Exactly. The ultimate legacy character. Luc Besson, the director of Leon and The Fifth Element, finally has his version of Dracula coming out, and the reviews are starting to roll in.
I saw the trailer. Caleb Landry Jones looks absolutely terrifying as the Count. It's so gothic and messy and beautiful.
Critics are saying it's a triumph of style. Besson is known for his visual legacy, and he's used every trick in the book to make this feel like a fever dream. But let's be real, Emily. How many Dracula movies do we actually need? We have the old black and white ones, the 90s Coppola one, the action ones. That's the thing about a great legend. It's a creative legacy that every generation wants to put their own stamp on. So what makes this one different? Is it just the Besson vibe? Partly, but apparently Caleb Landry Jones gives a performance that is so unique, people are calling it the most human version of Dracula we've ever seen.
A human vampire? Isn't he supposed to be a monster?
Well, the movie focuses more on the tragic side, the loneliness of living forever and the legacy of his lost love.
Okay, that actually sounds kind of moving. I usually just go for the jump scares, but I could go for a deep vampire movie.
And the visuals. People are saying the production design is incredible. It's got that lush, European Gothic energy that only someone like Besson can pull off.
I heard Christoph Waltz is in it too. He's the king of playing sophisticated villains.
He is. He plays a vampire hunter, but with a twist. The chemistry between him and Caleb is supposed to be the highlight of the film.
God, I hope it's not too gory. I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to blood.
It's definitely intense, but it sounds like it's more about the atmosphere than just pure horror. It's about the weight of history on these characters.
The weight of history. Yeah, that fits our theme perfectly. Dracula is basically the president of the Movie Monster Legacy Club.
He definitely holds the highest office. It's amazing how a character created in a book in 1897 still dominates our screens in 2026.
It's the ultimate staying power. I wonder if anything we create today will have a legacy like that in 130 years.
It's hard to say. Digital culture moves so fast. But our next topic is about something that has already survived for hundreds of years.
Ah, the $27 million doodle. Tell me more about this extremely expensive foot.
This is such a fascinating story. A tiny 4x6-inch sketch of a foot by the Renaissance master Michelangelo just sold at auction over $27 million.
$27 million for a foot? Emily, I could draw a foot for you right now for $27, maybe even $10.
I'm sure it would be a lovely foot, Lisa, but you aren't Michelangelo. This is a primary source from one of the greatest geniuses in human history.
But it's just a sketch, right? It's not like it's the Sistine Chapel ceiling.
True, but these small sketches are where the magic happens. It's where he was working out his ideas. It's a direct link to his creative process.
I guess when you put it that way, you're buying a piece of his brain. But still, the price is just mind-blowing.
CNN reported that it's a new auction record for a Michelangelo sketch. It shows that even in 2026, with all our AI art and digital tools, people still value the human touch of a legacy artist. $27 million is a lot of value. Do we know who bought it? Was it a museum or a billionaire? It was a private collector, which is actually a bit of a debate in the art world. People want these works accessible for the public to see that legacy.
I agree. If I paid that much for a foot, I'd want to show it off, but I'd also be terrified that someone would spill coffee on it.
I'm sure they have it in temperature-controlled, bulletproof box.
It's wild because to Michelangelo, he was probably just practicing. He probably didn't think he was creating a $27 million legacy.
That's the irony of art. You never know which of your works will become your legacy. A quick sketch you do on a Tuesday might be what people treasure most in 500 years.
That's actually a little bit scary. I should be more careful with my doodles.
You never know, Lisa. But it really highlights the theme of our talk. Value isn't just about what something is, it's about the legacy it carries. Juice boxes, vampires, and sketches of feet. They're all just different ways we connect with the past and build a legacy for the future. That was surprisingly poetic, Lisa. I'm impressed.
I have my moments. It must be the high-quality coffee kicking in.
Well, let's see if that energy carries over into our recap.
I'm ready.
Exactly. Now let's go over what we learned today.
All right, first, we said goodbye to an 80-year-old juice legacy as Coca-Cola retires classic Minute Maid lines.
Then we discussed the Gothic legacy of Dracula in Luc Besson's stunning new film.
And we finished with the $27 million legacy of a tiny Michelangelo foot sketch.
Now, for the moment of truth. Did you get the keyword quiz right, Lisa?
Yes, the word of the day was legacy.
Perfect. And as we saw, a legacy can be anything that is handed down from the past, whether it's a brand, a character, or a work of art.
It's like the fingerprints we leave on the world. I'm going to think about my own legacy today. Maybe I'll start by being extra nice to my barista.
That's a great start. A legacy of kindness is the best kind.
Totally. To everyone listening, thank you for making us a part of your daily routine. We're working hard to build our own legacy here at the 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat.
We really are. Your comments and support mean everything. Don't forget to follow and give us a like if you enjoyed today's talk.
Every subscriber means the world to us. See you all tomorrow.
Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep practicing. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Take care of your legacy.